with my April wrap up, my kit wrap up, my layout share, and I'm gonna put together my May kit. We'll do it all in one go because I don't have too many layouts to show you here, and I think I'm gonna keep portions of my kit to kind of work over into June. So let me show you what I've created in no particular order. So I'm still working through my traveler's notebook here. This I think you're gonna see a lot because I'm gonna do all of my shout outs with traveler's notebook layouts, I think. So I'll kind of explain that when I get to a shout out. So I did this layout, and this is a Wild Whisper layout and was also a scrap lift of Kim Ferguson. So check out the video for all of her links. What I'm doing is on the 10th of every month, I am doing shout outs on Instagram. I will also post them on YouTube and TikTok, just to spread some love to other accounts. I know that there are a lot of people kind of voicing the same frustrations with being able to grow their channels especially, but their Instagram accounts and all of that kind of stuff, just social media in general. And so I thought it would be fun to shout out some of those creators, and some are, well, I'd say most are probably going to be scrapbookers, but card makers, artists, just anyone in the crafty world that I come across that I think I'd like to share. But I'm also encouraging everybody to leave me recommendations for people as well. So if you know of someone who could use a shout out, just a little kind of push or motivation or encouragement, or maybe get a few extra followers by having some new people hear about them, let me know in the comments down below, or check out my Instagram and leave me their links, and then that way I can go ahead and shout them out. I'm going to do that on the 10th of every month, and then all month long I'm going to scrap lift them. So I think what I'll do is I'll just keep working through my traveler's notebooks from 2019, and those will be my scrap lifts. So this one was Kim Ferguson, and then I also created this one here, which I think was just so much fun. I really love that one. And this was Mel's, and so Mel's link will be down below as well, so you can go and check her out. The lovely Mel Walkden, she has been joining in with some of our Tuesdays in the Attic, so she's definitely someone that I hope you have checked out before, but this was hers that I scrap lifted. And then I also did this layout, again using Wild Whisper stuff. This was also Wild Whisper. So that might be a recurring theme where I'm doing the shout out scrap lifts and using Wild Whisper products. But yes, those were the three that I did in this May Traveler's Notebook. Then I did this layout. April's theme was florals, so obviously that's what you'll see. This doesn't want to stick. I might have to use some wet glue to get that to really stick, but I did some hand stitching, and this is all using Cocoa Vanilla stuff from my kit. So I love how that one turned out. This layout is using Paige Evans products and a few other little extra bits. These are scrap accent flares and just a few bits that I had in my stash. This was the negative space from a cut file, so the cut file was the outline of the word beautiful, and I just kept the paper and then used the insides as well, did some hand stitching, and this one was just so fun to put together, all the little details and bits, and I popped things up with foam and did a little bit of smushing technique and the hand stitching and sprinkles of gold. So yeah, this one was just really fun to put together and got a lot of squares on our Build-A-Page bingo card. This was the first Build-A-Page kit that I put together, again working with the bingo card, so I had to get some flamingos in there and a cut file, and I also used Freaky Fast Friday formula from the scrap room and our Tuesdays in the Attic, so kind of combined a whole bunch of stuff in here, but ended up you know, being kind of on the fence about whether I liked it or not, but it is definitely growing on me. And the more that I sit with it, the more I actually think I do really like it. So yeah, this one was a fun ducky adventure. This was the second page that I put together with the second page kit that I had created. So there were geometric shapes and stencils and mixed media and tags and acrylic on here and kind of a grid pattern, enamel dots. So this one also ticked off a lot of boxes. This is using the Lips, Lashes, and Legs collection from my amazing friend Jen from Flip Appeal Designs. And I think this one is just so fun and bright and kind of cool, and definitely makes up for the super dark pictures that I added to it. So I really like how this one turned out. This one, the video isn't up yet, so you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek, but I did do a wrap up for Build-A-Page, and this was in that one as well. But this was my last page that I put together for the Build-A-Page series in April. I went back to March's kit, which was the book themed kit, because I didn't really get to play with that too much, and I definitely wanted to try to put together a couple more layouts that had my bookish theme. They're all still in here, and that's what I'll be taking out in a second. But this one is using some Finders Keepers papers and just some book papers that I ripped out, and then some Paige Evans little embellishments, a Wild Whisper embellishment, some sequins, and I just thought this turned out super cute. I really like it. It's something totally different for me with this sort of page here that has a whole scene. I don't tend to use those a lot, so I just thought it was really cute how she's kind of sitting and reading, and I happen to have a picture of my niece in the opposite direction, facing the opposite direction, kind of sitting and reading as well. So I love how this one turned out. Watch for that video coming this week. This was my fourth page kit that I put together using 49 and Market. So this paper here and all of the acetate that you see is 49 and Market. The background paper is Simple Stories. And then there's a little bit of Paige Evans in here with these two stickers, and then the little heart stickers that you see, and some Spiegel Mom scrap sequins. I think this turned out so fun. It's very different for me. There's lots of kind of open space here, and it's a very kind of fluid design, which I don't always do. So this one was definitely a lot of fun to put together. And I fussy cut one of my favorite papers I've ever had. And you hear me on the process video, just, yeah, gasping at myself as I watch myself cut this beautiful paper. But I love how this turned out, and I will definitely be on the search for more of this paper if I can find it, because it is the perfect shade of blue for me. I just think it's so gorgeous. This is a layout I created for a Wild Whisper Live using their lacrosse collection. So they've put out 3 sort of mini collections, I guess you could say, that are sports themed. There is hockey, lacrosse, and curling. I did a hockey layout. Let me grab it here. This is the hockey layout that I did. I kind of made it an interactive layout. My pictures are still coming. So as soon as I get them, I will put this together and kind of show a better video of it. But I just had so much fun using the hockey theme, so I really wanted to do lacrosse, and that is what this one is. So you've got the lacrosse sticks in the background, and my little guy, he was at lacrosse tryouts. So I've got his little sweater with his number on the back and some flair, and I used all of the branding strips. I kind of, as I was showing the papers, I kind of had set them up so they were making kind of like a step, and I noticed all of the branding strips were kind of lining up and that they looked really cool. So I thought, hey, that's what I'm gonna do. I went ahead and grabbed the branding strips off of all of the pages, and that's what I used. So I think that turned out so much fun. I love this embellishment cluster. It's so simple, but it just works so well. Okay, and then let me show you this one first. So here is another layout that I created for Tuesdays in the Attic. I did some stamping, and then of course I have all the layers here that we had to cut up for the different measurements for the formula, and a bunch of different stickers from different places. There's, let's see, there is Maggie Holmes in here. I think all of these are maybe Maggie Holmes. Oh no, these ones here, these yellow ones with gold are Jen Hadfield. There is some Wild Whisper in here. The stamps come from the Wild Whisper Floral Collection. Most of the papers are Simple Stories Bliss, but a couple of them that you see right here, especially this one, is Cocoa Vanilla. So yeah, kind of just a big mishmash of different collections. And then the background paper has a little bit of glitter and kind of an embossing look to it, so I thought that was really fun. I just really liked how dainty and pretty the yellow was, to match my sweet little Evie, who's no longer with us. And yeah, I've got some Spiegel Mom scrap sequins in there, and this just turned out kind of really pretty and fun and very floral, which of course was the theme. And then the last one that I created is another Tuesdays in the Attic, because we do them once a week. So obviously there are lots of them coming out every month for me. So with this one I used the I Am collection, which you can see has lots of florals. I used both sides of it, so I wanted to have a little bit of this darker blue to kind of sit and stand out against the background paper. This is the paper on the back, so I was a little sad to lose it. I kind of like how that looks, but I got some of it here, and then some embellishments from Paige Evans again. I always seem to go to her embellishments when I'm working with florals because I know I'm gonna find something great. I fussy cut the camera from the paper, added some big chunky sequins. I just thought that those were kind of fun and matched the feeling of the layout. And yeah, this one was really quick and easy to put together. The video is coming up so you can see it. I love how it turned out. So those are all of my layout. Let me just pop these over to the side and show you what I have left in my kit. So here is my container, and it is just chock full right now of everything imaginable because I have March's kit still in here and April's floral kit. So I'm gonna take out March's stuff, which will free up a lot of space. I did do one extra layout, I guess, which isn't quite as much as I had wanted, but I'm gonna keep all my bookish stuff kind of handy so that I can keep pulling from it. So I do have a lot of stuff left over. I have some of these bits of ephemera here as well. I'm gonna keep stuff over to the side here that I wanna put back into the kit. I had some Harry Potter stuff in here that I didn't end up using. A lot of Wild Whisper paper because they have a collection called One More Chapter, so I have put a lot of that in here. And I used quite a bit of it in March. This is my reading journal that I didn't actually do anything in, but I don't want to lose sight of it, so I think I'm going to keep it close by, and when I am done this, I might move into this and then do some scrap lifting in here just to see if I can get a little bit more of it done, but I will kind of put it away, not in my kit. These, I don't think I ended up using any more of these foam words, so I will just keep putting them in my kit, and eventually I think I will get most of them used up. This is the book that I've been ripping pages out of recently. I really love the cover, so at some point I think when I've ripped out, I try to not just keep ripping from the front. I try to, rip from random places, and so when it's a little bit less full, I think I might turn it into a mini album. I just like that kind of plain cover. Here is the floral stamp from Wild Whisper as part of the floral collection. That is gonna go back into my kit. Here's just a little piece of Harry Potter. It's actually from a Harry Potter Christmas ornament, but I put it in here to use with my Harry Potter papers. This is kind of where I keep a lot of my bookish supplies. So this is my One More Chapter stamp set from Wild Whisper, and the ephemera and what I have left of the flare. I have stuff from Feed Your Crafts in here. This is again Wild Whisper, Feed Your Crafts, Feed Your Crafts. I have a few random bookish stamp sets, and then I have these two kind of book journals that I sort of started and didn't really finish. I don't know why book journals are hard for me to continue with, but it's a goal that I want to work on and maybe get myself set up really well for 2024 and see if I can actually follow it through all the way. I have these stamps as well from Finders Keepers, so those go back into that little traveler's notebook. This was part of the Cocoa Vanilla. I think it might be the Daydreamer collection. I used the florals out of it, which was why I kind of put it into the kit in the first place. And this is what I have left over. I think I'm gonna put this away for now and wait until we have a theme that's maybe more pastels, light colors, that kind of thing. So these are gonna go away because I definitely used all the florals that were available. This is, oh, here's some more bookish stuff. This will go away. This is also Finders Keepers. The collection is called Libra Schmebris. I don't know if it's still available, but yes, it was kind of a, you know, a different, unique collection, and so I really enjoyed it. This is the IM collection, and I think there's still enough florals going on here that I'm going to go ahead and keep it. There's florals kind of just about everywhere in it, so I'll keep those. We have to switch now. I'm gonna take all the bookish stuff and put it to the side, and everything I'm keeping is gonna go in the middle. So yes. Then I also have the Bloom collection, which I didn't use any of, I don't think. Yeah, don't think I used any of it. So I'll go ahead and keep that because again, you can see just those classic Simple Stories florals throughout those papers. So we'll go ahead and keep those. This one is the Domestic Bliss, and I sort of put it in here because I thought, you know, the colors always kind of match a little bit when you have Simple Stories. They may not quite be on the same like hue or tint, but gradient, is that the right word? I don't know what the right word is for colors, but they tend to kind of stick to the same colors, just maybe, you know, slight variations of it. So I threw this in thinking maybe I would use some of the elements, but I didn't actually end up using them. So I think I might put these ones away and see if I can get them used up at another time. This is another one from Bliss, I think. And then I have this one still with a pretty floral on it, and then of course floral on the back. I did use a piece of this for one of my layouts, the one with Evie. This one is also Bliss. It doesn't really have that many florals. It sort of has some roses here, but because it all matches, oh, I guess some florals here. I'll keep that in. And then this is my last piece from Bliss. Again, a few little spots with florals that I think are kind of pretty, but I think I might use it on this side if I'm going to use it at all. Then I also have some Cocoa Vanilla because I don't think you could have a floral themed kit without a little bit of Cocoa Vanilla. So I think these are all more than words. Yep. So a few years old for sure. Does it have a date on it? 2017. Yep, a few years old, but definitely florals all over, so I'll keep those ones in. I really wanted to get this used up. This is from Prima. It's the Georgia Blues collection. I just think it is so stunningly gorgeous. Again, green is my favorite color, but I am definitely drawn to the right kind of blues, and I just love these deep, dark navies and like denim blues. I just think they're so, so pretty. So I would like to do something with this still. I think I'm gonna keep that in here. Also, our theme for May, spoiler alert, is grunge, and I don't have a lot of grunge stuff, but I'm gonna have to maybe stretch that theme just a little bit and say that papers with things like this, I don't know if you can see, but there's sort of like a crack Here, it's almost like this was a wall and then there's a crack through the wall. To me, I'm gonna have to use that as grunge. This obviously isn't, but on this side, it's sort of got a little bit of that grunge feeling to it. Same with this. It's a little distressed. There's some imperfections in it. So that might be kind of pushing it as far as the theme goes, but I'm really gonna have to stretch out of my, out of that sort of literal theme to figure out what to use. So yeah, this I'm gonna put away. I did not use it. I thought maybe I'd use this little piece here, or maybe some of these little elements to cut apart. I didn't. So yeah, I don't know. This one might be hard for me to use. It's just so busy. My eye doesn't really know what to focus on to try to use. So it's going away. And so is all of this. This isn't grungy at all. It's super, super pretty. And I really do love it. I didn't really get any Easter pictures scrapped, but this to me is just very Eastery with the cute little bunny. So I will save it for Easter pictures when those get printed. This is Maggie Holmes. I did use a little bit of the Maggie Holmes. I think that I want to keep one of these out with the yellow because I really love the blue and yellow. So I think I will keep this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Yeah. And I'll kind of keep them together so that hopefully I remember to kind of use that together. And if that's what I'm doing, I might go ahead. What do you think? I think I'm just gonna put these stickers into my sticker container that's right over here, and then if I want to pull them out, I can. I don't really think any of this is grungy though, so the rest of this is all gonna go, because I definitely have enough florals here, I think. And then here is some more bookish stuff. So just so you can see, I used some of this paper. I didn't use any of this other paper. This is all Libra Schmibris paper. This was the background that I used in that last layout. So I don't need to use it again. So all of this can go back. This is Wild Whisper. More of the Libra Schmibris, that can all go back. This was just a background that I threw in there. I thought the colors were kind of pretty and it's a little bit kind of bookish to me, but obviously I didn't use it, so that's gonna go. And then I had all of this collection. Well, no, I don't have all of it. I just have these papers from the Once Upon a Time from Echo Park. This was all in there as part of my book themed kit. I used a little bit of it in a layout, but it can go back until next time. I have this beautiful paper from, I think it was from Treasured Memories. Yeah, they did some printing of their own paper. I think they're in Kamloops, if they're still open. They may not be open anymore, which is sad. And then I have some Paige Evans. I have some Pink Fresh Studio. I have my Harry Potter papers. All of this stuff has been shown in an actual video, so you're not missing anything by me going through it kind of quickly. But yeah, Harry Potter stuff from a few different places. All of this can go back. This is from Wild Whisper. This is a new Harry Potter paper that I got. Here's some more Libris Schmibris that I didn't use, and I got a couple of branding strips here, the washi tape. What else do I have? Oh, my one little teeny tiny piece of this yellow paper that I've been holding onto. This is a piece that I will keep. It's got a little floral on it. I think I was gonna do a layout with this at some point, and then I didn't end up doing it. And then I have this paper with all of the library cards and my Alice in Wonderland papers that I keep in this plastic so I can keep them all together. All of that is bookish stuff. It's all gonna be put away in the paper bins that I use for my bookish papers and my kind of themed papers. So off these go. And then all of these can go back. So not a ton of florals kind of staying, but enough of them. Whoops, I knocked the camera. Enough of them that I can still play a little bit with that theme and get a few more done. Then I also have this stamp set here, which I kind of have been keeping out because I'd like to see myself using some more of these little ones like Mom Life, the coffee cup. There's just a few different things, right? Epic Adventures, Double Trouble would work really good. I Run on Coffee and Chaos, those types of things. The little video game, The Stars. I love the size of these big stars. So yes, I've kind of kept this one out to get myself using it a little bit more. And then the one and only black and white gingham paper that I have not used but have carried over since January is still in this kit. One day this will get used up and everybody will be clapping and cheering and super excited for me because I got it used up. And so now what I need to add to this is some grunge. That is our theme for May. So let me show you what I have. Okay, here is my pile of stuff that we're gonna go with grungy as the theme. Even though some of you might go, Jen, that's not grunge. This is what I'm working with, this is what I'm going with. And it's pretty much all boy stuff, which, you know, I don't do the boy-girl thing. Whatever fits, whatever picture is what I'm gonna do, but there is definitely some stuff that specifically says boy, like that's my boy. And some of these collections literally have boy in the title. This one is called Boys Rule. So that's okay with me. We'll do a bit of a boyish theme, and I have 4 of them to scrap, so that's totally okay. So this isn't all quite organized. I'm gonna put this crepe paper pad to the side for a second because I'm not probably gonna put the entire paper pad in there, but just pull out some papers to use as backgrounds. So I'm also gonna put this to the side, and let me see here. So I have bits and pieces of the Boys Rule, Legendary, and No Limits collection. I think in truth they're sort of varying degrees of grunginess. There are definitely pieces like here on the sticker sheet where some of this stuff is sort of grunged up a little bit, you know, just like paint swiped and stuff like that. So I'm mixing them all together, but honestly, I wouldn't necessarily say all of it is kind of grungy, but I think they all work together. And because I don't have any full kits of any of this, I figured I might as well just go ahead and kind of combine them all. So, Legendary stickers, No Limits card pack, the Boys Rule, Flair and chipboard words, the No Limits ephemera pack, the No Limits chipboard stickers, the Legendary ephemera pack. I have the No Limits paper stack. I'm just gonna open this. Is it? Oh, it's individual papers. So actually, I'm not gonna open this. It's not a pad. They're not attached together. But yeah, I've got all the papers. Those are all the little things, I think. Then I have a few of the papers. I think I might have a couple more pieces, but they weren't put with the rest of these papers, so I might have to go on a little bit of a search to find them. I don't think I have any of the Legendary papers, and I don't think I have any of the No Limits full 12 by 12 papers, just the paper stacks. So I have this Boys Rules paper, and here you can definitely see the kind of like grunginess of it. So there's that one with this on the back. This one I've already cut some of the words to use So those are the only two pieces of paper that I have, 12 by 12 papers. So I did go in and try to find some more paper. Now, go with me on this one. It's not grungy. This is the Authentique collection called Youngster. It is kind of more on the boyish side. There are some little girls in here, but it's definitely like this as a boy's story is the best that is ever told. Like it's definitely geared more towards boys. But this piece to me is very grungy. It almost doesn't fit with the rest of it, but I really like that piece here, so that's what I'm going to focus on. But I also love the green on the back, and that does to me have a bit more grunge to it, so that is going to be put into this kit. And then I just pulled out the rest of the papers that go with it. So there's this one here with the puzzles. And then I really love this side. I did use the puzzle side already for a layout, so I'm happy to use this side. There's a little bit of distressing here. Not tons of grunge, but kind of, you know, a similar feeling, so that's gonna go in there. The Lego one, again, not a ton of grunge to it, but there's a lot of kind of distressing here, and so I think it could work if you mix it in with other elements. And then on the back, again, it's really not all that grungy, but it's kind of a nice basic background, so I'm gonna try to mix it all in and make it work. And I think I can use some techniques to kind of enhance that grungy feeling. And then the other thing I have here is Later Skater. Now, also with this paper, I know I have a few other elements, but one of them was stick pins, and I had to put them away with Landon because he was getting into some of my stuff, and I really just didn't want him having stick pins. So I will have to go and find those and dig them out, but they had little skulls and little cogs and things like that on them. So this is kind of a grungy, close to my heart collection. So I've got, there's two of every paper. So let me kind of put that together. So there's this paper, which is just little cogs and wheels, and then this on the other side, which is just super distressed and fun. And I always feel like the kind of teal, navy, and lime green is very grungy, so I think that that works well. So those papers will go in. Then there's these two papers, again, very boy in theme, even though my daughter skateboarded. You know, I certainly wouldn't say that only boys skateboard, but I guess that's just the way we kind of get some boyish themes into our layouts. But this one is super grungy and kind of gross. And actually, Landon spilled some water on this, and when it dried, it gave a really kind of textured look to it. So he enhanced the grunginess. So that one's kind of fun. And then this piece here, again, you've got this side with that kind of grungy look, and then this one is a plaid, a little bit cleaner, but still like splashes of paint and stuff. So I think that's gonna work really well. I still have the booklet that kind of showed me what came with it. I don't remember now. Oh yeah, I did have some other things that came with it, some accents and stuff, but I don't think I have any of those left. I think I just have the stamp set, which is right here. I can pull that out so you can see it a bit better. So like this here is gonna work really well to add texture, and this one here I think is gonna be really fun. I really like the star. You know, if I'm doing a layout for the boys, I can add the skateboard or whatever, but I just kind of like these fun textured elements right there. And then I also still have the, they're not enamel dots. Well, they're enamel dots, sorry, but they're kind of jewels. They're see-through and super, super pretty. I don't know if you can see how they're kind of shining. Anyways, they're in 3 different colors that match the colors in the collection, so I will put all of those together, and when I get the stick pins, I can pull those out and add them as well. So all of this will go in to my kit. Okay, I just cleared everything out of the way so I could open this up and maybe pull out a few background papers, kind of, you know, papers just to enhance some of the stuff that I already have. So this was a hot buy from Michaels. It is crepe paper. I think it's a mixture of different collections, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just one of their big hot buy albums. So I think it does definitely have kind of that grunginess to it, like you can see right here. So this paper's already out, and I think it would be a good one to add, so I will add that one. This I cut a bunch of pieces apart. I think that that also is going to work really good. There's nothing on the backs of these, so I can go ahead and just pull this out and cut this up if I want to. Not really going to do any cars, I don't think, or the airplanes. This one is kind of grungy. It has some of that tape mark on it. So I'm going to pull that one out. Whoops. There we go. And then I think this does definitely have some grunge to it, but it's not really, I think, matching to any of my other pictures. This one I think is kind of fun. I don't know how grungy it is, but I just think it's got the greens in it that are going to match some of those other papers, and then the blue. So I'll pull that one out. I don't know if I picked a lot of red, but is there some red? Well, there's a little bit of red, as you can see in some of these, kind of an orangey red. So maybe I will go ahead and pull one of these out. As I'm doing this, I'm kind of thinking a little bit about what I need to do for the month of May. So it's May I Scrap Lift You and my Tuesdays in the Attic, where I follow the Freaky Fast formulas Jackie and I do. And I know I actually have them here. I've written them out already. I know that a couple of these days, like May 23rd, there are a lot of measurements. So I definitely want to make sure I have a few patterns and a few options to cut several pieces. So I'm not going to pull out absolutely everything, but I do want to make sure I kind of give myself enough. This one's kind of fun too. I think I might pull this one out. Okay, and then let's flip. Oh, this is a good one. It definitely gives me kind of that grungy vibe of maybe like one of those metal floors or a metal plate kind of thing. We'll flip the yellow. There is some yellow, kind of mustardy yellow in some of those pieces. Especially like the No Limits, I think, has kind of a mustardy yellow, so we can pull that one out. The black and white I kind of like. The blue I kind of like. Of course, I love this one. It matches my little bin here. But let me kind of flip through a little bit more and just see what I might be missing. That one's kind of grungy and yellow too. And then the cars, the bullseye, and then that kind of parquet floor. I think I might pull out this one, because a good black and white goes with everything, and it's, well, it's not even black and white, it's black and like dirty white. And then I think I might go for this one. Yeah. That gives me kind of a blue. So I've got a few different colors. I definitely can keep this out so it's kind of accessible. I just didn't want to put the whole paper pack into the kit. I kind of want to, I don't know, be just a little bit more discerning with my kit and make sure that what I'm choosing is a little bit more intentional. So whoops, push those all up. Everything's falling over. Okay, so here are the papers that I have picked. So I've got this one, this one, this one, this one, red, green and blue, another kind of orangey red. This one here is kind of a little bit different. And then I have what's left over of this one and some cut apart pieces here. So I think that that is good. I'll go ahead and pop these into the kit at the back, I think, back of all the kind of grungy papers. And so that is it. And yeah, I'm really not going to add too much else because I've been working with some bigger kits and I want to make sure that I put a good dent in this. So I think I have enough kind of, you know, ephemera pieces and embellishment pieces going on here and a stamp set. And actually, because it's sort of the boy thing going on, then Sarah's stamp set, which is boy themed, is going to work well with the cogs and different things like that. So it all kind of ends up working out. So I'm going to leave that like that, but I do want to pull out a few pictures. And I think I'm going to go for some recent ones because some of this stuff I think is going to work really, really well for Landon. So let me see if I can find some recent pictures of my sweet little man. Of course, the first pack I pull out doesn't have much. I think I've already scrapped most of his pictures out of this one. But we'll keep going. Oh, so that one I think works really good. Yeah, I think this one actually works. This is France. He's wearing a green shirt, so that can work for some of the greens that are in there. Back to school. Okay, so that, like I said, I think I've already pulled out all of the Landon photos from September. Those will just pop back and move on to this one. So I know I have some sweet little monkey photos here. Okay, so I think this one's kind of cute too. There we go, and he's got lime green on his car seat, so actually that can work with some of the lime green that is in the collection. He's such a cheeky little dude. That one's also really fun. I could do something with that. And let's see what else. Okay, let's put this one back. Not December. Let's see if there's anything in November. Oh, he was so tiny. So tiny and so cute. So I know I definitely have some adorable little photos here of him. It's just a matter of what do I want to pick. Look at that sweet little face. That's when we first were meeting him. This is from a few years ago, so we'll go with that one. So I've got a few of my little guy. I need some of Sebastian, I think. Let's see if I can find some Sebastian. As the boys are kind of getting into that pre-teen phase, they're not really as interested in having their photos taken. So there's sort of a bit of a gap with the two of them. But this one's kind of cute. It's Bass and Luna sharing some popcorn, so that could definitely work. It's funny because as the boys are kind of done with getting their photos taken, Kaylin is back to loving having her photo taken. So, oh, there's a cool one of Bass doing his jujitsu. So now let me just double check. So I've got 2 Sebastians. I've got 3 little mans, 1 Francis. I need 1 more Francis, I think. Just to be fair, let me find 1 more France. I'm not intentionally going through my photos extra quick if you're kind of trying to like look and see all of the pictures. I just don't want to take up a ton of time just going through photos. But I'm happy to do that if you ever just want to take a little kind of sneaky peek at my photos. I am happy to go through them with you one day and just let you see what I've got. But let's see if we can find 1 more Francis. This is 2022 now, so he's a little bit older and kind of in that preteen not wanting his photo taken. So it might be a bit of a challenge to find one of him. But I know there's got to be something in here. Lots of Landon, as you can tell. I'm sure that there's a birthday. There's some birthday pictures in here at some point. So that is probably where I will find a picture of Francis. Oh my goodness, look at how long his hair was. So cute. So, so cute. Come on, Francis, where are you? Whoops. Oh, here we go. Here's birthdays. So, Kaylin and France, because France and Kaylin have their birthday on the same day, so maybe that's it. Oh, I think I already scrapbooked the birthday pictures. Uh-oh. That's okay. I'll find something. Ah, here he is. So we'll do his 11th birthday picture. Yep, that works. I think that's good. Okay, I got 2 of each of them. So those are the photos. I'll go ahead and put them into the container that I've been using. I've left the other pictures that I put in here that I wanted to do floral photos with, and I also left my bookish pictures in here just because those I've sort of been pulling out and putting them in a different place. Any of these ones that I want to pull out and kind of use with some of the floral papers, I know I've got them in there. So these will go ahead and go in there too. Give this a bit of a close and pop it in here. And then, as always with my kits, I have this big giant thing of stickers which I keep right above me, or sort of straight ahead of me, I guess you could say. I do try to keep it somewhat organized, but that doesn't always work. But yes, so I pull from that all the time if I kind of feel like I need to grab something. And then the other thing that's always part of my kit is right here. It's my little container that my sister made for me that holds enamel dots and little stickers and puffy stickers and things like that. So that's always part of my kit, and I just keep them in here because it's easier than pulling them out and trying to put them into this kit and then putting them all away. So they just go right beside me right there. So that is my kit for May, which is all about grunge. I think it's actually going to be lots of fun. I think that I have just enough grungy stuff in here that I can really kill this kit and kill this theme, and put together some really good layouts. So that is it for me. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the comments down below. I love chatting with you guys. I really, really appreciate you watching all of my videos and liking and subscribing. So click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I think it's going to be a good month of scrapbooking. It's International Scrapbooking Day, Scrapbooking Weekend coming up, so that's always exciting. And you will be seeing lots of me. So until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.
Bye. Thanks to me. To my channel.